Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about something doing with Realms.io, specifically the game development. Um, I've been seeing, well, I've not been seeing, but through the past few months, the developers of this game, well, let me mute this. I don't really like the sounds of the game. Whatever. Alright, back to the topic. I've been seeing the developers of the game slow down in their updates, or not even do anything at all. For example, we haven't had an update in a couple months, and it's been Easter, it's been New Year's. Well, it's not been Easter, but it's April Fool's today, and I'm not gonna be doing an April Fool's joke, but I'm gonna be more serious today. Simply because I think people are like, April Fools, April Fools. Whatever. Alright, going back to the thing. The developers of the game, they're not really caring about this too much anymore. Like, there's been a lot of activity in the Discord server, but they haven't really done anything in the actual game, which is what really matters. And, oh my god, who put their name as Diddy? Never mind. Going back to the topic. Yeah, and, so one time I was talking to, Prukul. He's like he's a veteran of the game. And we got like into a semi-argument, I guess, more like a conversation about how like the development of this game is progressing compared to its predecessor, which is Earth.io. And I said there's a lot of things good in Earth.io that aren't as good here. But another part of this is that a lot of things, more things that were bad in Earth.io are better here. But whatever, that's not matters. That's not what matters. Then we started getting into the future of IO games and whatnot. And then then Prukul brought up the Steam release. Yeah, the Steam release. So the developers had like this super plan. Let me show you real quick. I don't have it up. Probably should have planned for that. Yeah, the developers had this entire chart of how they were gonna progress the game. And they're not really following it right now. They've just been not doing anything, not... Okay, Realms.io Roadmap is what it was called. Here it is. So, Realms.io Roadmap, we had 2.8, we have all these incorporated now. We had 2.9, and this is where things start to derail, let's say. Because we don't have the Labyrinth, we don't have new missions, we don't have the Wormy boss fight, and we do not have new boss. And now we're in update 2.10, which was not in this roadmap. I'm not saying they should, like, follow this roadmap as, like, a manual or something. I know, like, things would change, but, like, they're not incorporating stuff that was in their plan, which means that they're not caring anymore. At least it seems to us. And then later, when we were talking about the Steam release, the main developer of the game, the owner, said that the Steam release is not going to happen. And this is where basically the entire hope of the game just fell down. Because, like, IO games... Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about IO games. IO games have been dying since 2020, 2021, since the end of COVID. Because COVID really fueled the IO games, but after that, people are, like, tired of it. They thought it was too simple or whatnot. And now it's just going and dying and dying and dying more and more and more. Sure, Agar.io, Sliver.io, Paper.io, they'll all be big for a while, but for a while longer, I meant. But if you're trying to make it like an IO game right now, it's not gonna be popular at all. So the idea was that we're gonna have like a Steam release of the game, so it would bring more players. Not only being an IO game, but also like a game you can download, you can play on Steam. But now, due to this, there's not really a lot of hope in this game. They haven't said anything about new updates. The closest thing we have to new things are the sneak peeks, and we haven't had a sneak peek. Wow. Alright, let me share this tab. We haven't had a sneak peek in almost 3 months. And the sneak peek, the last sneak peek was not that really valuable or nothing, it was just information. And we actually had good ideas before that. We had like all these new weapons and all that and all of this and the ocean. But now it just seems like the developers don't care. And the announcements that we're having are just announcements that no one cares about, like the administration team. Shut up with the administration team. We want the game to be better, not for some guy named X-Wrapped, who's probably a 12 or 13-year-old, to yap about rules and time out people. No, we need developers. We need developing. And like the X-Wrapped guy, he was just like, content, content, content. And then mini-map, which he obviously won't do. And then more moderation, more moderation, more moderation. Artists. Artist things are the closest thing we have. But besides that, we don't have anything else. We have like raffles. And December 20th, 2024. Before last Christmas was the last thing we heard about updates. That's just sad. I mean, we're not gonna have another update apparently. Because like Earth.io was Alright, let me talk about the predecessor to this game, because it's actually quite similar to the situation. Earth.io was a 2017 game, it started evolving, and by 2019 it was starting to die. And then the developer of the game, or the developers, because there was a second one, but he just died out. But whatever. The developer of the game, he said there was going to be more updates coming soon in 2018. And 2 years later, there was still not a new update after that. And this is seeming really similar to that right now. And you know what happened to that game right now? It's been down for 3 years. So, what does that mean exactly? That means that we're nearing the end of Realms.io. But that's actually not true, because there's still a lot of activity in Earth.io. There was not a lot of activity like this. There was like 15 players, but people were getting tired. People were claiming about toxicity. And here it's more calm. Here it's more normal. So this is going to probably last a while more. But that doesn't mean that the game will start dying now. And I've already seen it die. I mean, normally in times of school hours, this game has around 30 players, and it used to have 80. So that's quite a drop, right? And what are the devs saying right now? They're yapping about moderators in Discord. Now, I don't mean to, like, say that moderation isn't important, because it is, but the game is more important. That's, like, the entire point of my video, is that developers should focus on the game. Because in the end, I don't want to see this game die. It has a lot of potential, let's say, and yeah, like, look at this game. Look at how much effort they put into this. And now they're just gonna throw this away. Because, yes, I don't know. I really don't understand the point of why we need more moderation if there's less players. So shouldn't we be focusing to find more players, then more moderation? Like, hello? But whatever. If you understand this video, you understand this video, and please plead to the moderators of, not the moderators, oh my god. That's the only thing I've been hearing the past month in the Realms.io community. I'll also be making a Realms.io community status, because, why not? Because also the community of this game is kind of rotting away, let's say. But yeah, that's the status of the game. So my message to all you developers is that focus on the game. We have not seen anything about the game development. Like, we have seen few artistic stuff as well, and there used to be a lot of artistic activity, and right now it's kind of dying off. I mean, yes, there's people making skins, but not that much as before. But that was a fad. Let's say that was a fad. But again, my message to all you developers is to focus on the development of the game. And not to waste any more of your time repeating or stuttering or how high pitched my voice is. But yeah. So I guess that's the end of my video. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want, really. Have a good time. See you on the next one. Bye bye.